Hello viewers, it's your girl Ruby Fangirl. You guys picked it, and I'm so glad you guys made the right choice. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about personally one of my favorite Caitvi love scenes. And that's of course the vulnerable/bed scene. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I know I had a little frustration about what is these called, because unlike in Ruby that I understand what they're called. Because keep in mind, I did put Ruby in there. There will be a reason for that. But before we get into that part, I'll explain or tell this specific scene, because this is easily the best scene these two ever have. Because I mean, sure, there are other best scenes, but I think this one's the best one because it's just really wholesome to watch. So basically, the scene starts when Kate just tells Vi that there's gonna be a council meeting because to tell them what the frick is going on. And well, even though Vi kind of brushes it off, but she does get the memo. She realizes that the map that Kate had on her room, she realized that. And asked, has she done this? Have you done this yourself? Without even going down there? Yeah, that just proves just how smart Kate is, but she needs some help. Needed help, obviously. If you haven't heard by one of my videos, why Blake and Yang are more than love interest video, I explained that scene in particular, so go ahead and watch that, okay? But then she brings up Powder, which is, for those who don't know, Vi's sister, who's now Jinx. So if you haven't seen the show, that's why I'm putting that up there. And this leads to Kate asking what happened, and she's not really blaming her for whatever's going on, because she said it's not your fault. And then it brings to one of the most wholesome moments ever. Vi tells Kate a little so about their past, when they were kids. They used to play a game where they become bigger and bigger monsters, and Powder would say, "I'm a slug monster with venom for ooze," and Vi says that she's a monster with razor sharp spikes. And so there were times that she did get a little bit scared, Powder got scared because Vi got carried away. And she reassured her that no monsters is gonna get her. But the real monsters showed up, and she just ran away. And she felt super guilty about that because, well, she failed to protect her. And for this entire time, Kate listens. How do I say that? Because, at first, they're lying up and down on the bed, and while Vi is telling more of the story, Kate moves to the side, and you can tell it looks that she's curled up, she's trying to get a lot more closer to Vi. This will not be the first time that she's ever gonna be doing that, so FYI on that. And for the whole time, she freaking listens. That's a good way. That's just holy moly. Because even though she doesn't really say anything, but she does do something after Vi tells her the story. Because since she feels empathy and sorry for Vi, so she just reached out and just rubbed her cheek with no hesitation, and she just did that. That's just freaking amazing. And Vi just looks at her, basically saying, "Thank you." And also, I think, when she's, Kate is doing this, it's, basically saying, there's, a few things. So, you can comment down below what you think that Kate is thinking in this moment. In my mind, I think that she's saying, "I'm here for you." Or, "I'm sorry about that." So, you can just take my word for it. It's either or. And also, I'm kind of realizing, in this shot right here, for the whole entire time that Kate is listening, but the more that I look at this scene, it looks like she's giving Vi the bedroom eyes. seriously, like, you can tell by this picture right here, she is doing the bedroom eyes. And also, if you watch this episode in season 2, you would understand why I'm pointing this out. Just watch, like the montage, like the end of the montage of that specific episode, then come back to this, like, video and comment, I am shocked, and I will comment you back saying, I told you so. like in a nice way, not like in the rude way, okay? And, yeah. And that's basically, like, the 1 minute, like, scene. And you know what this scene reminds me of? The burning candle episode from Ruby. Because, keep in mind, it's just giving me a lot of that. Because for Vi and Yang, they were being vulnerable in their specific moments. Because keep in mind, these two has never, like, been vulnerable to everyone else. For Yang, like, not even her own sister. She never told, anyone, not even her own sister, like I said. So, that just proves how much Yang really trusts Blake, even though it's a different kind of situation, but I'll get to that in a sec. Because for Vi, like, she was telling this to a Piltover and an enforcer. You know, the people that Vi despised because, well, they killed her parents. Yeah, like, you gotta friggin' admit. And the reason why I say, like, the situations are different, because in the Burning Candle episode, she was bringing, like, her vulnerability to Blake because, well, Blake was in a difficult situation at the time, because, you know, dealing with torturing and stuff like that, and seriously, she really needs a freaking, like, sleep, because, like, her looking at like that, that's not healthy. and while for Vi and Kate's, like, situation, she's just being vulnerable just because Vi trusts her. And also, I kind of realized, at least, like, for the first, like, part, like, for the Burning Candle episode, like, both Blake and Kate listen, like, very well. Well, while Kate doesn't really talk a lot, but you could definitely feel, like, the emotion that, like, the empathy and stuff like that in her. For Blake, she does, like, say something, but you could tell by her facial expressions that she's just, like, surprised and shocked that Yang's being vulnerable to her. Like, you gotta admit. But she does one important thing while she's speaking. She said, why did she leave you? Because Yang told her that of her real mom. And she's basically joining that. And that's really important. So regardless of the situations that these scenes are in, like, I'm just really happy about for the Kate and Vi scene, and I I got nothing to say, because this scene is just great. If you looked at my thumbnail, you already could tell that this is my favorite scene. And I would like to know from you guys, what do you guys think of this episode? Have you seen, like, the scene from Arcane? And if you do, please tell me in the comments below if this is your favorite moment. And also comment down below which scene do you want me to talk about at some point in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video.